September the 1st, and we're in this one cornfield that's been irrigated as well, but it's full of spider mites, and I've traveled all the way from Delta all the way to Agassiz. Almost all the fields have got spider mites in pretty bad, and we'll show you some pictures. And I did a video looking back in our records in 2017. We had a really hot year like it was this year, and fairly dry, and the spider mites really multiplied. We've got some spider mites that are again in the valley again. We had them 2 years ago, and they come in with hot, dry weather, and if we get rainfall, then the spider mites don't multiply as fast. But if you look on these corn plants now, you get a lot of leaves that are drying right out. And we picked a couple cobs back to see where the maturity is. So this is basically about a quarter milk line on the Master's Choice, a great big cob on there. But that's probably good enough, because if we wait for this to get half milk line, then the corn is too dry. And the problem with the corn getting too dry is that it's very hard to pack it, and we don't have enough moisture. And then when it goes in the bunk at 35 to 40% dry matter, the cattle just don't seem to like to eat as much. So you're better off to put it up a little bit on the greener side this year to make sure your intakes are high enough, and the starch may be a hair lower, but they're going to eat more of it. So again, take a look at your corn, walk out there, take a look. The spider mites are on the back side of the leaf, and you'll see some webbing underneath of it, like cobwebs. And if you have that, you'll know that the reason why the leaves are drying out. And then most definitely look at harvesting it sooner than later, because if you're waiting and you get these 40–45% dry matters, really tough to pack it. Then you got to cut your length of your chop down to under a ½ inch and pack it as good as you possibly can. So the day you kind of planted in the months of May, or the day it has to come off in September. So if you planted the 5th or 10th of May, check those fields out. They're probably getting pretty close to getting ready to go. So they're probably going to be ready maybe the 5th of September, 4 or 5 days before you're ready, or almost on the day you planted. Planted in May is what the day in September they should come off. But check them, check that, make sure they're not getting too dry. Look on the inside of them. And my thing is cut it a little bit earlier than later. If it's got a quarter milk line in, good enough, take it off, because otherwise if we're going to get too dry, we're going to run into issues and problems. Any questions, give me a phone call. Always glad to come out and check your cornfield.